Once upon a time where we
smoke some trees,
act funny,
talk fairy tale history,
and try not to get drunk.
Nice.
All right. Yes. Well, thank you. Welcome to another episode of Blunts Upon a Time. I am Jonny Hauser, here as always with my good friends and co-hosts Jimmy Bain, Denzale Whitehead, and another episode of Season 3 is upon us. And our guest this episode, return guest, I should say, we had him on in Season 1, and we're very delighted to have him back. The one and only Matt Harper. Yay! Hey. Everybody give it up for Matt Harper. Yay.
I was going to ask you guys when that music first started if it was you singing, and then it became very apparent.
It was the Blunts Upon a Time banger, man.
Yeah, it was a Blunts production.
Original music.
Blow.
You need some blow?
There it is, yeah.
Blow records, bitches. What the fuck?
You need some, like...
He just searching for words. Blow.
It makes as much sense as anything that's come out of my mouth recently.
Blow records.
You guys need some bluntettes or something in the background?
Yes. There you go.
Really?
Yes, we do.
We are not yet budgeted for
I'll be honest.
backup singers.
Yeah, because nobody's doing that for free for us.
Well, and I'll be completely... I'm fine with that, not assigning a gender to the bluntettes either.
Yeah.
Like, all may apply. That is fine.
No, I don't want any part of this, please. No. No, I don't want some dude's belly on, like, dancing in the background of me.
I don't know. No. We got some German listeners. Some of those, that might be fun.
What is it? No, just
rent a trampoline and see what happens. You know?
So again, welcome, Matt Harper. Very excited to have you. You are from the Kalamazoo, West Michigan area. The most distinctive thing I want to mention is you are also not only a return guest, but you are responsible for our wonderful logo, the Blunts Upon a Time logo, the iconic logo that we all love so much on all of our merchandise. That is this man's personal hand-drawn production. So thank you again. So you get another applause break for that one. Yeah,
go buy merch.
Yes, we'll put up the info on there. So
of course, none of us are wearing it right now.
Yeah, not right now. No, not on camera. Are you nuts? Like, I'm proud of this work.
I don't want it associated with me.
Not personally, but I want the money from it for sure.
There you go.
But no, honestly, thank you so much. I mean, it's on. You can see our stickers and stuff on there in the background. We got one on our wall up there.
Jonny just sent me a weird message one day and was like, "Hey, can you make a logo for us?"
Yeah,
give it a try.
I've already been doodling.
Certainly.
Do you want the nudes first?
I promise you, I will put up a panel and post as well so that people can see it as we're talking about it. All right. So yeah, thank you. Having said that, now is there anything you would like us to promote for you personally? Where can people go to? Because you're also a very funny stand-up comedian. What do you got going on?
I don't really have anything booked other than we've got Laugh Fest coming up here in West Michigan area.
This might air after that, but that's always a fun one.
But yeah, so. Well, this will be the third year I've been back, so chances are next year, if you're hearing this after the fact, we'll probably be back again.
Or they can go, I'm sure, and search for your performance after the fact, too, if this does come out. Yeah, that way. Where should they go to find whatever you're doing?
I mean, you can look for me on Facebook and stuff if you want to. It's just Matt Harper.
We'll put that on the screen.
Sure. I've got TikTok and Instagram, both Matt Harper Art.
Okay.
So if you're interested in anything art-related or whatever, you can go find me there.
Yeah. We talked about how talented you were with our logo. That's for sure.
I'm not necessarily doing any commissions at the moment, but I certainly could be persuaded. So go check it out.
There you go. Yeah, right. Absolutely. I mean, we managed to talk you into it, so obviously there's a way. Because I'm sure it wasn't out of admiration. Like, we didn't deserve that. Like, we had to offer money. But no, thank you again so much. We love you for that. And we'll put the information where whatever you've got going on when this comes out, people can go and check it out or commission you for some great artwork for sure.
I will say also, the show that I'm doing for Laugh Fest is called Karajoke. It's a show of my own creation. That's not the only place that we do that show, so also be on the lookout for that. So.
I have done that show.
I
did. I had to sing Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Yeah.
But it's a great concept.
Yeah, we have
this motherfucker loved it.
I fucking loved every moment
Black
of
Hole
it.
Sun. Oh no,
I was looking forward to it.
We get it. You loved it.
But my favorite thing about the show is that comedians are supposed to be like overly confident and really cocky about everything until you force them to sing a karaoke song that they've never attempted before. And then you can see the tide really change.
It was at that moment I saw all of their courage drained from their body.
So it's a lot more fun to see people fail at a karaoke song for me. Otherwise, it's just a talent show, and I'm not here for that. I want to see people go down in flames.
I want to see you fail.
Yes.
Well, sorry for being good at Black Hole Sun.
right,
I apologize. I didn't mean to ruin your concept.
Sorry for being good at Black Hole Sun. It's only one of my favorite songs.
I wasn't good at it, but I loved it.
Everyone thought that
That's all
was
that
the
matters.
joke part of it, though.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good. Then we're on the same page. All right. Well, speaking of being on the same page, we're going to go ahead and get started with our story today. So I'll go ahead and reveal the story we'll be discussing today is titled "The Naughty Boy."
Oh my god!
You're not allowed to do your own stories.
I
swear this is not autobiographical.
The way you looked at Jimmy, I really was like, "Yo, Matt, I think you want to just like let them have some time."
I didn't mean to.
Like he looked at you like he said it, and you looked dead.
No.
The naughty boy. I'm so sorry,
I
Jimmy.
did that because he did you can't see it because his hands are down on his lap, but he did like a drum roll on his he was really
motherfucker,
anticipating.
You ain't explaining your way out of that.
He was
shit
the
at
most
all.
excited child with the present, so I looked at him while he
Oh, my
opened it. Yes,
God.
that
I'm
was
just glad I'm the closest to the door at this point.
I'm glad I wasn't looking.
I'm glad he wasn't looking at me, motherfucker. Like,
Well, if you guys think it's weird now, wait till we start reading it.
He's reading it directly off of a cocktail napkin.
Yes.
He wrote this story.
This is my tome.
the naughty boy.
So this is titled "The Naughty Boy." This is a Hans Christian Andersen tale.
So you know it's good. With a name
It's awesome.
with a
Yes,
name
this
like
is
that, you
this
know
is
it's
one of
good.
the legends. This is Mount Rushmore fairy tales face right there. So this was written by Hans in 1835.
Hans.
Yes, we've had a lot
boy.
we've seen many
a
Hans
good year.
on this. Yeah, it's a good year for Hans.
Yeah, for
It's one of his best.
prolific.
I mean that album. The albums. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's a
Grammy,
banger.
they're bangers.
One after another.
It was when he really came into his
Nothing
own.
but
You know what I
hits.
mean? Like he didn't. It was for him at that point in his
Yes.
career.
All the hits.
Best. So this is The Naughty Boy by Hans Christian Andersen. He wrote this in 1835. As I said, we've done some Hans Christian Andersen before. He was born in 1805, Denmark, I believe it was, and. So yeah, Danish author. A lot of his works came out in the mid 1830s, like this one, when he was also in his 30s. So yeah, we've had some fun with his stories. I believe I couldn't really find in the research because he's again one of those guys that collected tales. Some of them are originals as well. I couldn't really get a distinction on this one because it's one of his lesser known tales.
It
I'm going to
feels
assume we
original.
haven't. It might be. It might
feels
be.
original at this
It
point.
was in one of
He was feeling that he was in his bag.
I
He
can't
was
imagine
feeling himself.
borrowing this from someone else.
I
Like,
don't really
no.
want to give away anything though, so I'm just going to say I don't know. I
This is a
couldn't
tale-
confirm either way.
This is a tale that a neighbor used to tell me before they took him away. I don't
Well,
know
but
why.
and the Grimm brothers and Hans Christian Andersen and Charles Perrault, a lot of them did admit that hey, all we did was collect these and put them in a book that everybody
Well,
liked.
if we feel that this has got 1700s written all over it, we know it's
well,
clearly
well, it's 1835.
it's borrowed from. Yeah,
Maybe
We'll
it'll
get
have.
there,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But he released it in 1835.
Sure.
So whether he penned it or not, that's when
Oh
he
my God,
put it
this
out
is
there.
gonna be
So.
terrible.
I'm gonna need a little bit of. All right, so this is
Does
the
this story require some grace from us? Is that what you're saying? We need
yeah.
to.
No, I
We'll
really
just
don't want
sit
to. You know
back
what?
and-
What the fuck are you getting us into
Upon
right
further
now?
reflection, I don't want to qualify it at all.
all right.
Do,
All right,
like,
so
do we need to be
this is-
concerned about anybody's maybe pending career?
Would
I mean,
Hans be
Shouldn't we
concerned
always?
about?
Shouldn't we always be? I don't. Yeah.
If
All right,
Hans
so-
were here today, would he be concerned about us? Finding
So this is The
story?
Naughty Boy by Hans Christian Andersen, 1835. Once upon a time, there lived an old poet, a thoroughly kind old poet. As he was sitting one evening in his room, a dreadful storm arose without, and the rain streamed down from heaven. But the old poet sat warm and comfortable in his chimney corner, where the fire blazed and the roasting apple hissed. And that will actually very quickly
we're
lead us
already
to
in
our
this
first
shit?
fairy tale trivia.
God damn.
Yes, we are already into it. So
you weren't really feeling like talking at all.
no, we came out yeah.
coming out swinging.
I do enjoy Hans. Really set the scene there, though. Like I really
Yeah, he
felt
did.
like I was there next to his fireplace.
I don't know. I
He's
feel like
generally pretty good at coming out of the gate and let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the poet they're talking about is the one that wrote the story.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Now, I also want to point out, you might see on camera there, these are also some very lovely little additions to our studio. We're going to add these, and keep them on here when we do episodes. And we encourage, if any of our fans want to, send us something, just hit us up on any social media. We'll figure out, let you know how you can get it to us.
Staple anything to the wall.
Yeah, we'll put something on the wall, a sticker, whatever you want. But yeah, thank you, Matt, for making these and bringing them to us, and we appreciate it.
For sure.
Now, this first
new staples.
Yes.
And you can see more of these on TikTok at Matt Harper Art.
Tickety-tock.
The contact information that we'll put up there, and we just did again. So, the first question now, Matt, that you have taken your hit, you can go ahead and I'm going to read it for the people following along at home. So, the poet is sitting at home. There's a dreadful storm, and we're about to find out somebody comes to his door in the middle of the storm. So, what was at the poet's door? And I say what because in fairy tales it can be all manner of creatures. So, I'm going to read through these first for everyone following at home. So, what was, and you can see it here on the screen, what was at the poet's door? Was it A, a child, B, an angel, C, a wizard, or D, a fairy?
I got to back up just for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Is this something that we've already
No.
we
Maybe,
should
maybe
know
not.
this yet?
No,
or are we
no.
guessing?
It could be,
we're
or
guessing.
absolutely may not be.
Okay,
There is no rhyme or reason to that.
I am going to suspect that at this poet's door, it's the naughty boy.
The naughty boy.
But if we've learned anything from fairy tales, there's a lot of ways you can get a child. I can get you a child.
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Could be. All right, let's go with
Any disposition.
Yeah.
You want a nice
you want
child?
naughty, you want nice, you want somewhere in the middle?
1830s, huh? Let's go
1835.
Let's go with a wizard. Let's go.
Okay. So you think it's
A
sea
nice,
wizard?
stately wizard.
I mean, it's not a bad, it's a kind of a go-to in fairy tales oftentimes, especially when children are involved. Wizard, you think? All
if
right.
you had said witch, I'd have definitely gone hard with witch. So
Fair enough. Well, I mean, that's a male witch,
Yeah,
essentially.
sure.
So,
So
all
that's-
right. So, Denzale will move next. What do you think was at the poet's door? Do you think it was A, a child, B, an angel, C, a wizard, or D, a fairy?
I feel like it can't be a child because I feel like the poet gets a boy.
The story's over.
No, like here's the thing. I feel
That
like
would be. I feel like that is
either-
actually a title for
either
another
other-
story. The poet gets a boy.
yeah. So I'm saying it's in fairy.
All right.
Fairy.
You think
fairy.
it's some kind of magical fairy
Yes, a fairy.
in a fairy tale?
Yes.
Certainly,
This
that
is
would make
going in
sense.
a gross
There's
direction. I already know.
Oh yeah,
There's
I'm
a-
sorry, I forgot about
I
that.
don't like it. Yeah, the whole thing. The whole point of the thing. We did a whole thing about it.
It's new to me. I
device
forgot
for
we had it. I forgot we had it.
Like it was a thing.
All right. Well, we're gonna use that thing
hit it
now. I
again if
suppose.
it's-
Yeah, right. And since it's over here,
Might as well. I mean, run it back, fam. All right.
I
So
don't
you
like
think
the way you
it?
said that.
Yeah. Well. There's not going to be a first or a last to that event. So, Jimmy, you think it was a fairy. Denzale, you thought it was...
Denzale thought it was a fairy.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Denzale, you thought it was fairy. Jimmy, it's your turn to answer. Sorry. What was at the poet's door?
What?
To recap, was it A, a child, B, an angel, C, a wizard, or D, a fairy? Jimmy, what do you think?
Hans Christian Andersen. Since he,
That's who it is.
I mean, he's trying to be the first Dr. Seuss. I say the naughty boy, the child shows up immediately, and he's the first Cat in the Hat.
I really wish we could
right.
stop saying
right.
naughty boy.
We can't.
I mean, there's no one making us say it.
the titular character.
We get,
Titular.
we get to say naughty boy.
Yes.
This
Oh,
is an 1835.
We don't have to. We get
all
to.
the way over.
Just to recap,
Wizard,
Jimmy,
fairy, child.
Jimmy
Right.
thought it was a boy. Denzale thought
like
it
it. I
was
like
a
all three
fairy,
different
and
answers.
and Matt thought it was a wizard. So we do
Parody.
have three different answers. And again,
Let's go.
if this is your first time checking out an episode, we do keep score and we do quote unquote declare someone a winner, but you get nothing
I just-
other than bragging, right?
I just
So
want
it's-
everybody to lose.
yeah. That's. I mean, that kind of happens no matter what.
I can just imagine someone at home like betting on this.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
Really.
God, I would love to get to the point where
That would be
Vegas
so
is
dope.
taking odds.
DraftKings, where you at,
Holy
homie?
shit. We will take your money. Yes, to help you take other people's money, without a doubt. We're all about that.
What if
All
we
right.
did the
Cook
stats
these
and
books.
Jimmy won every Never mind.
Yeah, what if we're giving him
I mean,
far less
like, we
credit
could be
than he
wrong,
deserves?
100%.
I don't endorse
Like
that
a
theory.
fairy tale savant.
None of us are going.
He's
back
a
to
savant.
check.
Yeah.
We've long
No,
since
we're not.
suspected that. All right, so we'll get back to figure out the. We have three different answers, so we'll see if someone goes out to a early 1-0 lead here. So for the first fairy tale trivia question, the old poet, he's sitting at home. Storm's going outside. He's comfortable and warm. Fire blaze, roasting apple.
And then the Cat in the Hat comes in.
So he thought to himself, or excuse me, he said to himself, "Those who have not a roof over their heads will be wetted to the skin," said the good old poet. "Oh, let me in."
He's not a very good poet.
Maybe he's just good of heart, not of
I feel like
ability.
"wedded" was a common phrase in the
Yeah,
1830s,
back then,
probably.
yeah, that might have been the glorious word,
We got to bring that back.
right?
I wouldn't use
Girl,
it.
I'm
On
about
my,
to get you wedded.
You're about to get so wetted to the bone.
I wouldn't use it on my wedding night.
Yeah.
No.
Well, originally,
Wedded.
my wedded wife was
Wetted
was-
wife.
yeah.
That's where,
yeah.
Do you take that as your wedded
right.
husband?
A lot more damp.
If it goes well,
You soggy, you soggy bitch.
you soggy bitch.
That's why she had to wear it.
I'd love someone in their wedding vow.
Take this ring, you soggy bitch.
That's why they had to wear
This
white.
soggy bitch, I be wed.
That's why they had
Throws a
to.
towel at her.
That's why they had to wear
I would
white.
rather the woman say it to the man, to be honest. That would be so much better. I take you, you soggy bitch. The door. So yeah, so the poet is inside. The storm's getting bad. He's like, man, if anyone were outside, they'd be fucked. So in so many words. So he hears a voice outside. "Oh, let me in. Let me in. I am cold and I'm so wet."
I've been wetted.
I mean, if that's not a wizard,
We're still trying to figure out what the answer to the fairy tale. Who's saying this? Which it is.
Oh, come
So,
on, man.
"Oh, let me in, let me in. I'm cold and I'm so wet." Exclaimed,
Stop saying it like that, man.
exclaimed suddenly a child that stood crying at the door and knocking for
Is there a
admittance.
chance that he's a wizard, though?
No, it's just a child. So Jimmy
Just
got it
a
right.
child.
Yeah, just
Damn
a
it.
child. He's
This-
just
this-
a child
this-
standing wet there in the rain.
Yeah, no. The poet answered the door and he was like, "You're a wet wizard."
No, but congratulations, Jimmy, out to a 1-0 lead. You got it right. Yes. So, all right. So it is a child. So, so the wizard sees the child stood there knocking for admittance while the rain poured down and the wind made all the windows rattle. "Poor thing," said the old poet as he went to open the door. "There stood a little boy, quite naked, as the water ran down from his long golden hair."
Damn, bro. We've already gotten here.
Now, don't forget, he's a naughty boy.
Okay, so
Nasty motherfucker. Like, why did we have to go there immediately?
yeah, we're
So he trembled. So the water ran down his long golden hair.
You can tell this was from the 1800s because
Like, apparently he's whipping that hair around through just a naked baby.
I would have just checked the ring doorbell and been like, I'm
No,
good.
I don't need to.
I'm not here.
I don't even need to get into this.
Keep going.
I don't even want to know. So
Nobody's home.
he trembled with cold, and he had not come into a warm room. He would most certainly have perished in the frightful tempest. "Poor child," said the old poet, as he took the boy by the hand. Come in, I will soon restore thee. Thou shalt have wine and roasted apples, for thou art verily a charming child."
Wow.
I'm really holding
Just
out
love
hope right now, John, but this is like a terrible story right now. I don't know how far we need to get in this. I'm really
Sorry.
Boy
I
says
trust
nary,
you a lot.
says nary a word, and this guy's like, love at first sight.
You want some
We're already-
wine?
I'm
Maybe
in.
a hot apple?
Yikes.
I don't want to hear about the naked, wet, shivering,
Charming
Yeah.
child.
charming, naughty
Like-
boy
We all,
Blonde-haired.
I mean, to be honest, we
Getting
all
some
know that
Jesus.
kid, though, right?
Yeah,
we all know that kid.
getting some Jesus juice.
Jesus.
So yes, so the poet says to him, "Thou shalt have wine and roasted apples, for thou art verily a charming child." And the boy was so, really. His eyes were like two bright stars, and although the water trickled down his hair, it waved in beautiful curls.
Do we have to?
He looked
God damn it. The worst part about it is I know John thinks he's the little boy in
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say,
story.
this is the origin story for John.
Look at him. He was like, He loved every second of it.
I'll
I'm
give
just-
you an
I'm ju-
apple, the old man.
I'll have you
threw.
know I'm a medium bear. Thank you very
God
much.
damn it.
Not a little
I know
boy.
you grew up Catholic.
So He looked exactly like a little angel, but he was so pale and his whole body trembled with cold. He had a nice little bow in his hand, and it was quite spoiled by the rain.
I feel like if any of us had said angel for our answer, we should have got some half points.
Well, okay, yeah. If you'd have pulled that out of nowhere, yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I should get a half point for fairy.
Nope. So he had a nice little bow in his hand, but it was quite spoiled by the rain, and the tints of his many-colored
he had
arrows.
A bow in his hand?
Yeah, he had a little bow in his hand.
God.
And it was
really
quite
want to get to
spoiled
the
by the rain.
non-problematic part of the story.
And the tints of his many-colored arrows ran one into the other. So basically, the paint on his arrows was running from the rain. His bow
Be
was
honest
warped.
with you, really thought it was just like a decorative bow.
No, like a bow and arrow.
I get it.
So his bow is warped. His arrows are running.
So he's naked with a bow.
He's naked with a bow and arrow.
I thought he just
Bow and
wrapped himself
arrows.
up like a present for the old man. Here I am.
No. So yeah, that will
Different
actually
bow.
lead us to our second fairy tale trivia. Yes. We'll go ahead and let Jimmy go first for the second question since he has the 1-0 lead. So at this point, the old poet has invited this little boy in, and we're about to find out that he's gonna boil something, prepare it, by boiling it for the child, a treat, as it were. So Jimmy, we'll ask you first, and for the people watching and listening at home, what did the old poet boil for the child? So, did he boil A? No worries. Did he boil A, an apple, B, some wine, C, some milk, or D, some gruel?
Well, this being the 1830s and all, I'm assuming that Hans Christian Andersen is writing, a current day romance novel at the time
With the little boy in it?
How have you been reading this?
Yeah, I've been paying attention. It's
so
not
far, I've
great.
heard old man finds little boy in rain, offers him wine. Like that was what he did out of the gate.
This is like a Dateline NBC episode coming out here.
Yeah.
So I want this poet to have a seat.
Well, he offered him an apple and several things.
Right.
It's not
Since
the answer to this question. But yeah.
Well, since they're going for a treat in the 1830s, I'm going to say that's going to be milk. I'm just going to boil
Heated
some milk
milk, yeah.
for you. Like here you go.
I mean, heated milk is a treat I enjoy.
No, this old perv wants this.
It's so weird.
This old
I
perv
love milk.
This old perv wants this naked boy sleepy. So he's gonna boil him up some milk.
A warm cup of milk. All right.
It's not cool. It's not cool when you go out to a restaurant and someone at the table orders milk.
I don't order milk at a restaurant.
No,
I do it in the comfort and privacy of
he
my
has
own
a
home.
touch- he has a
like a
versatile-
responsible
a
American.
little
But you
bit of
still
shame.
order it though. Like you have a person bring it to
Like,
you.
Then bring it to
you
me, yes.
whisper on the side, like, could you give me some milk?
Seriously,
please?
low-key milk.
Is that
Loki,
Johnny's
I need some milk.
Yeah, but
milk
like,
bell again? God.
you don't let anybody hear you order. You're like, oh, how'd this milk get here?
I guess I have to drink it.
Like, all right,
You don't get free
I'm not gonna let it
refills.
go
I
to
don't care,
waste.
bring me the milk, Jerry.
I'm not gonna let it go to waste. But goddamn it, don't bring me another milk.
All right, yeah.
No one.
All right, so what do you? So Jimmy said he thinks that it was milk.
Milk.
So Denzale, what is your submission?
What?
Sorry, do you think it was A, apple, B, wine, C, milk, or D, gruel?
I don't know. I really want it to like. I don't know which one's the weirder one. It's got to be the weird one.
Okay, I mean that's generally a good guess.
Milk almost seems too normal, but like,
That's the best treat he can offer.
yeah, like I mean,
Jimmy, you said your answer. You don't got to sell
is
anybody.
it's a boil. I
If you want to
say
be right, come with me.
fuck it. I'm gonna go milk too. I'm gonna milk it. Yeah.
He's got into his head.
Wait,
That's
no,
the thing.
it's gonna be weird.
Okay.
I
So you think it's milk as well?
I immediately leaned into milk also because of the whole.
Now you guys just shamed me for saying that.
No, like you lean.
because
That I like to
No,
lean
because
into
for
milk.
you it's real life. For him,
all right.
it's a theoretical conversation.
Well,
Yeah, I
Alright.
felt because like it was this angelic thing, and I felt
Okay.
like milk was that clean and angelic.
They did
sort
say
of-
he kind of looked like an angel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all right.
Also, boiled apple. Is it just like a? Is it just a?
You can
Like,
boil
you
an
just trying to get the
apple.
skin off.
apple?
I
Like,
don't
yeah,
know.
I'm
I
allergic
mean,
to apple skin. So
It's
like, maybe.
1835.
Yeah.
Like an apple, they did that was dessert, so
Here's
they found a lot of different ways to do it. Yeah,
A soft, warm apple.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you ain't got no teeth though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a
you know.
baby. Yeah, it's a little kid. Might
Yeah,
might
like,
want to
yeah.
boil an apple for a
I
baby,
mean, back
so they
then
don't
you
choke
want
on it.
you want your food to be as soft as possible.
But that's okay. You think it's milk, so we have 3 consecutive milk answers.
I mean, Do I want
We're at a
Are we all
Do I
consensus?
want to
milky?
diverge from the crew here? I don't know.
I mean, really,
But
like,
It really doesn't mean
Yeah.
the stress that you're giving.
Sure. Let's go with milk.
All right.
But,
Yeah.
but
Lock it
let's
in.
be clear.
Good answer.
You get shit because
Good. We're a family
it's-
feud. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Milk.
Let's be clear though. You get shit because it's not 1830 anymore.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Like you ever watch somebody like a grown adult enjoy milk? Yeah.
But it still exists to this day, though, which is a testament to boiled milk, I guess. You never hear
Well, I
about
thought you were
anyone.
talking about me. Yeah,
Well,
like I'm 46. I've survived this long. It's a testament to
I
the
just
milk.
mean no one's
Still exists to say, look at him.
no one's ordering a boiled apple anymore. You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
I feel like maybe milk might
Yeah,
Milk's
like,
still
yeah,
on the menu,
like-
motherfucker.
stood the test of time.
Oh, yeah.
I think we just picked up a new sponsor, milk.
Still on the menu. Big.
What is it
milk.
with you and dairy? Our last episode it was butter. Now we're on the milk.
Hey, look at me. It's just butter.
I
and
mean,
milk.
I'm the milk
This is
fiend
just
here.
right, yeah.
So yeah, all right. So to find out the answer to fairy tale trivia number 2, what you guys all think it was milk? Jimmy has a 1-0 lead. So he's either going to still be up 1-0 or still be up 1-0. So the old poet seated himself beside his
I
hearth.
should have went with gruel, just to throw off the
He
numbers.
Oh,
should've.
what a treat.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Too late, sir.
Damn.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
The old poet seated himself beside his hearth and
Treat.
took the little fellow on his lap.
Oh, dude, no, pants first.
No, yeah, he took
Old
this
man.
naked boy on his lap.
Pants first.
No.
We don't even know if the old man's clothed at this point.
I hate all
yeah,
of
it's
this.
unclear.
Yeah.
So he sat down beside the hearth and took the little fellow on his lap. He squeezed the water out of his dripping hair, warmed his hands between his own, and boiled for him some sweet wine. So the answer was he boiled wine. None of
Yeah.
you were right.
That's
So,
a thing still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Boiled
mold-
wine.
mold
Mold
wine
I
or
don't know if
whatever?
that's what that means, but
think
yeah,
that's a
mulled
thing.
wine is it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So no one got it right. Jimmy still has a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that is a creepier answer.
Yeah. So he took him on his lap and warmed him and
Yeah,
gave him
milk
some
almost
hot,
made too much
some
sense.
Yeah,
squeezed
it
hot
did.
wine.
Like we all went with milk. We
Yeah.
were like, please let it be
Please let
milk.
it be milk.
I want it to be milk.
Please.
Turns out that was the
That's
least
like me every
problematic.
time. That's me every time I open the fridge.
Apple's
let it be
just kind of
milk.
weird.
Yep.
Gruel is like, I mean, okay, maybe too simple. Like,
Yeah.
but you don't boil it.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like so. Like, okay, so it's a wine or milk, and you're like,
No.
oh my
Although
god.
you don't have a microwave, so how do you reheat your gruel? I guess.
Yeah.
Just throw
You
it back
don't.
in.
You
But
just
like
finish
you wouldn't
that shit
boil
every
it.
time.
You would just
I
heat it
fucking
up.
gruel.
It's
You can
1830s.
reheat gruel. What the hell are you talking about?
Who
You
had
could put it
leftovers?
in
Yeah.
a pan and like heat it up, but
Yeah.
like you know,
There's a reason
Like, it
that
wouldn't necessarily
people
be
didn't reheat
boiling.
things is because there wasn't anything to
it was
reheat.
It's like you just ate
right.
it until it was
So
gone.
he took him,
It's
you
like,
know.
yeah, those continuous pot things. I've
Yeah.
seen those
Yeah.
at like a restaurant that's been like, we've been here for 58 years and we use the same oil. They just keep
Like
rinsing it off.
We're in England. Why does he sound like?
Yeah, right. Who is this guy? It's a wizard.
I'm a trendsetter. What can I say?
This is what it's gonna sound like in Brooklyn when it gets here.
Just a sopping wet cloak.
Yeah.
You don't know it yet, but they haven't built it, but it'll be
So all right, so he takes the little
I'm
kid.
wearing white because it's traditional.
He takes the little kid, puts him on his lap, gets him some boiled wine.
like milk.
So then the boy recovered. His cheeks again grew rosy. He jumped down from the lap where he was sitting and danced around the kind old poet.
Yeah, you go from fucking I'm starving to like here.
Well, he
get
got a baby
and now he's,
drunk
like,
and it started
fucking-
dancing for him.
Yo, I'm
Like you
feeling
guys
great,
remember
yo.
that Blockbuster commercial
Hey,
from the 90s?
But like
right?
I still want a
Dancing
sandwich,
baby.
but like what's up?
Baby shark. And there he goes. There he goes.
This is the third house this has happened to.
It's like this is the best way to get free boiled wine.
Oh my god.
All right. So yeah, this naked baby jumps off his lap and starts dancing. And the poet responds, "You are a merry fellow," said the old man. "What's your name?" "My name is Cupid," answered the boy.
Okay.
So yes, it's not nearly as creepy as you guys thought. Like this is Cupid. It's not just a random naked baby, but you know,
Well, like,
Cupid looks
no.
like a naked baby.
The
That's
fact
how
that
he's
they waited
depicted.
so long for it to be that, like, yeah, it's still creepy.
Hey, even back in 1835, they liked a good twist. All right.
No,
So,
it's a
yeah.
twist.
It's about the reveal.
Hans was the M. Night Shyamalan of his time.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought
He
it was
still,
the Dr.
without
Seuss.
knowing
Yeah.
he's Cupid, did all that,
Yeah.
and that was weird.
Yeah. So my name is Cupid, answered the boy. "Don't you know me? There lies my bow. It shoots well, I can assure you. Look, the weather is now clearing up, and the moon is shining clear again through the
This
window.
is absolutely on us, by the way. It's a small naked boy with a
that
bow
looks like
and
an
arrows.
angel with a bow and
We
arrows.
should have known
Yeah.
this was coming.
Yep.
I thought about asking a question, but I was like, you know what? No,
Let's see how this plays out.
I
It
was
was
so
so
All of
fixated.
you were intrigued.
I was so fixated on the decorative bow
Yeah.
portion of my
Yeah.
thought, as opposed to the bow and arrow portion, that I just skipped over it completely.
Here's your present.
Yeah.
So he's like, there's my bow. It shoots well, I can assure you. Look, the weather is now cleaning up, and the moon is shining clear again through the window.
Let's go shoot some whores.
For love,
Yeah,
I'm not
for
sure
love.
which character you were making say that, but it works either way. It literally doesn't matter which character said that. It still works.
I'm here for hot wine and shooting whores.
We're about out of wine.
We're all out of hot wine.
He pulls out a cigar. Let's go.
The little baby from Roger Rabbit.
Holy shit! I think that's perfect. Oh my god! All right, so
Don't criticize my dance.
so Cupid's talking about how well
like this in the future.
It's the same voice.
Yeah,
it
it
came
really
around entirely.
I'm a trendsetter.
It's that little boy from fucking Roger Rabbit. This is-
Listen here, you dumbass. So the Cupid's basically saying, my bow shoots really well, I can assure you. The weather's clearing up, the moon is shining through the window. And the poet responds and says, well, your bow is quite spoiled, said the old poet. And, it was ruined. So that is sad indeed, said the boy. And he took the bow in his hand and examined it on every side. Oh, it is dry again, and it's not hurt at all. The string is quite tight. I will try it directly.
Wow.
Naked while saying all this, by the way, and don't forget. So that'll lead us to our third and final fairy tale trivia. So just to remind those following along at home who might be as stoned as we are, this is going to be the third and final fairy tale trivia. And at this point, Jimmy has a 1-0 lead. So this has all sorts of implications. All right, so as we alluded to, Cupid is basically saying, hey, my bow's fine, I'll prove it to you, so they're going to go out and test it. So for those of you listening along or watching along at home, I'll go ahead and read these, and we'll let Jimmy go first again because he is currently the leader. Oh. So Jimmy, the question, you get to go first, is how did Cupid test his bow and arrow? So what did he, say, look, it works, and then he did this. Did he, A, shoot an arrow into the air? At random, basically. B, did he shoot an arrow into the wall? C, shoot an arrow into the roof? Or D, shoot an arrow into the poet?
Well, from what I know of Cupid, this young naked man
Baby.
found his way to break into this man's house.
Yes, he was invited in.
And shoot him with a bow and arrow.
So you think he shot the poet?
He absolutely shot the poet.
Okay.
But he didn't shoot the deputy.
All right.
Now who's the poet?
Yeah, that should have
Still not you.
That should have
Yeah.
gotten more, to be honest with you, but I was in the middle of a cough there.
Oh, by the way, here's the other thing, Matt. You were on in season 1 where we had audio only, didn't have the studio the way we have it now. One of the marvelous additions we have is a mute button for Jimmy. He's
Very
gone. Technically, there's a mute button for everyone, but we've really only used it for Jimmy exclusively thus far. So, yeah. All right, he's back. So, anyway, just to remind everyone, he said he shot an arrow into the poet. So, we'll move around the table. Denzale, you can go next. How did you think Cupid tested his bow and arrow? Did he shoot an arrow into the air? Did he shoot an arrow into the wall? Did he shoot an arrow into the roof? Or did he shoot an arrow into the poet?
I hate to side with Jimmy again, but I mean that is what Cupid does. Is he shoots people? He doesn't fucking shoot. It's not target practice.
this coming.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, this is a
like-
test, though.
Yeah, he's all
Remember,
like he's like fucking Hawkeye with like butt cheeks. So
Hey, don't you dare disparage Hawkeye's butt cheeks.
no,
They're
what I'm
marvelous.
saying is Cupid shoots people in the butt.
marvelous butt cheeks.
Like, yeah, God, why?
Didn't
Look,
he get,
man, we're
isn't that the
already
guy
in
that
a
got
weird point
wrapped
of
up
the
in
story.
a snowblower or whatever?
Yeah, the only reason
Yeah.
he didn't die is because of the absolute marvelousness of his butt
But
cheeks.
yeah, I got caught in the blades or
yeah,
whatever.
they
and-
couldn't.
yeah,
They
sure.
just they were defeated.
Yep. They knew they were beat.
Yeah,
for sure.
They tapped out.
So, by the way, I just went with poet.
All right, so you're saying you shot one into the poet. Fair enough. Sorry, we went on a butt cheek tangent.
Track here.
All right, so and then lastly, and certainly not leastly, our guest Matt Harper. How did Cupid test his bow and arrow? Did he shoot an arrow into the air, shoot an arrow into the wall, shoot an arrow into the roof, or shoot an arrow into the poet?
I am going to say you missed the mark by not adding shoot an arrow into the window.
Oh,
to the wall.
So sweat drops on the ball.
All right, just me. Okay,
he
cool.
was naked. He might have skeeted all over the walls. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that this is another. We're gonna throw another Shyamalan into this.
Okay.
And we're gonna say he shoots it up into the air, and then the rest of the story is gonna tell us where it lands or something. It's gonna be like,
oh, what a twist!
So I'm gonna say in the air.
Oh yeah.
All right. I like how you're
kind
of
come down. It goes up.
Yeah, you're really trying. Okay.
It's gonna hit somebody, but
yeah.
If nothing else, this is a decent rewrite. I'm gonna say. I haven't even heard
wonderful.
it. Yeah.
Again, as always, I love the fact that I put almost zero effort into creating all of these questions, and the guests managed to put such a staggering amount of effort into answering them. It delights me to no end every time. So, yes, thank you for that.
When I used to have a podcast and we would ask ridiculous trivia questions and garbage too, and the amount of stress it would cause people.
Yes.
Like, there are no.
It's like, this doesn't matter
You
at
get
all.
nothing.
Like,
Nothing.
This will neither help nor ruin your career.
But I will do it in
any
earnest
way. It
every
will be
time.
so forgettable. Like, just say something, man. It's not that big a deal.
You and 16 of our friends are going to hear this. So it's fine.
So he bent his bow, took aim, and shot an arrow at the old poet right into his heart. So he just shot the old man right in the heart. Almost like, how dare you question me? You see now
this
that
ain't Shyamalan. This is
Nope.
Tarantino.
It's just straight
Instantly.
up fuck you. I don't know. I didn't say anything about his feet.
I was
but
gonna say
get
there's
where
less
you're-
feet in this story,
Well,
for
he's
sure.
a naked little
Yeah.
boy, so I
Yeah.
mean, it's still weird. So you see now that my bow was not spoiled, said he, laughing, and away he ran. So yeah, just vindictive as fuck. He's like, oh, you
Gotcha,
don't think this
bitch.
works? Watch this. Boom. Take that, sucker. And he's out.
And that was like the 8th house he'd been to.
Yeah.
It's like, how many
Stocked up on wine.
How many
Thanks for
arrows
the
do I have left?
wine.
12. This is going to be a good day. So the naughty boy title, to shoot the old poet in that way. He who had
He
taken...
used the title in the story. Oh,
Yeah, that's
like-
how. That's what makes him a naughty boy.
Do you guys like when that happens, like in a movie, if they say the title of the movie in the movie?
I mean,
No, actually, that like one
Doesn't
of
it
my, one of
immediately
my
pull you
things-
out of it?
My thing, like especially with an action movie where you know they're gonna do it, is like if they can do it in a good way, that's usually the mark of like, okay, I fucks with you. Like it like if you can do it in a good way, I'm like, all right, fine.
Now
but
it's
most of the time, it's terrible.
to kill.
look, I'm not
Wink.
gonna lie. It was a great movie, but Ghostbusters really disappointed me in that way. Yeah, like right out of the gate, like, who are you gonna call?
All the good parts are in the trailer.
The 2-hour-long trailer that is the movie.
There's a difference between that phrase and the title being in the movie, and them having it and then working backwards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
From that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're all here just waiting for Vin Diesel to say Fast and Furious.
Family.
I've never seen one of the movies, but
Yeah.
I can only imagine that's what it's about.
It should be called Family and
That's
Furious
true. Yeah.
if it was that for that reason. Yeah. All right.
100%.
So anyway, he shoots him in the heart, laughs, and runs away. So the naughty boy to shoot the old poet in that way, he who had taken him into his warm room, who had treated him so kindly, who had given him warm wine and the very best apples, which apparently is a big deal at that
He
time.
roasted those.
No, they were raw.
They
We're not boiled. These
Yeah,
are
no.
Crisp. The crispest of apples.
Yeah.
Yes.
The poor poet lay on the earth and wept, for the arrow really had flown into his heart.
Like, you got me. You got old Sal.
That little bastard shot me in the ass. So he's laying there weeping on the ground. Fee, said he, which apparently in 1835's Danish is
Fee?
damn, or I don't know.
That means I'm dying.
So Fee, said
Breaking
he,
rules. I don't care.
quite all right.
What rules?
How naughty a boy Cupid is. I will tell all children about him, that they may take care and not play with him, for he will only cause them sorrow and many a heartache. So, just to recap, this old man's plan is to tell a bunch of kids, hey, look, if this naked baby approaches you, don't play with him. Like, I can't imagine that's going to go well for this guy.
Right, yeah.
Fuck that baby.
So, and all good children to whom he related this story took great heed of this naughty Cupid. But he made fools of them still, for he is astonishingly cunning. When the university students came from the lectures, he runs beside them in a black coat with a book under his arm. So now he's like
Streaking?
a flasher,
Yeah.
Oh,
essentially. He's got a book under his arm and a black coat, trying to blend in, I guess, because he's on campus at the college. It is quite impossible for them to know him, and they walk along with him arm in arm as they two as that.
Oh, God.
The end.
Brought to you by Loom.
It might be for my brain. Yeah.
This
This
round
is
of
good
them.
stuff.
this round of brain fog. is brought to
Yeah,
you.
a better endorsement there cannot be. All right, so it is quite impossible for them to know him, and they walk along with him arm in arm, as if he too were a student like themselves. And then, unperceived, he thrusts an arrow into their bosom, like their chest, I guess.
God damn.
Yeah. When the young maidens come from being examined by the clergyman,
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
The what now?
It's said rather matter-of-factly, and no more detail is given.
Nope,
So I
that's it.
cannot
It's
answer
just
any questions
Whatever
you
is
have.
going on there, and make your own decision.
I cannot
would've-
tell you to ask questions, but I can only tell you I have no answers.
I feel like college was a lot more fun for,
Yeah, right.
or a lot less fun, depending
Well,
on.
that might not have been at college. They might have just shifted. He just says when the young maidens came from being examined by the clergyman. So yeah, I think he's off campus now. Now he's on church property.
Have these clergymen heard about the first part of this story? Because I think they'd like the
Yeah.
naked wet boy a lot more.
Well, I think the point of the story is they're talking about how Cupid's just out there assaulting everybody.
Just shanking
So yeah, he
motherfuckers.
did his damage on the campus. Now he's on the the church grounds, the religious estates. So when the young maidens come from being examined by the clergyman, or go to church to be confirmed, there he is again, close behind them. Sounds like he got there second. Yes, he is.
You are unconfirmed. Cannot confirm.
Someone's confirmed you before.
I've already been confirmed. What the hell? So, yes, he is forever following people. At the play, he sits in the great chandelier and burns in bright flames so that people think it is really a flame, but they soon discover it is something else. He roves about in the
Sick.
garden.
What a horrifying image of a
Except for
burning.
Tyrannus, he says in the theater.
It's a burning naked dude. Just
burning baby on a chandelier in the theater. I don't
Sic
think
semper-
we're allowed to yell fire, but I feel like we should.
Sic semper toddleranus.
oh my God, what's going on?
So yeah, he's perched in plays. He roves about in the garden of the palace and upon the ramparts. Yes, once he even shot your father and mother right in the heart.
Not the ramparts.
Yes.
Damn.
So they watch.
Shot your parents right in the ramparts. those are the parts you rammed together.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. We were there.
Yeah.
We got
And
there.
that's how you got here.
We were literally right behind you. We got there almost at the same time you did. But
But
thanks
someone
for,
got there before.
Yeah.
I've already been confirmed.
Been confirmed. Somebody's already rammed your parts.
can confirm. Yeah.
Roger.
God damn it.
Ow. All right.
All right, so
Burning babies. All right, back to it.
Right.
So yes, once he even shot your father and mother right in the heart. Ask them only, your parents meaning, ask them only, you will hear what they'll tell you. Oh, he is a naughty boy, that Cupid. You must never have anything to do with him. He is forever running after everybody. Only think, he shot an arrow once at your old grandmother. Basically, like, remember, your grandmother fucks.
Yeah.
Nah, dog.
That's exactly what he's saying, but that is a long time ago, and it is all
Obviously.
past now. However, a thing of that sort she never forgets. I don't know if he's referring to the grandmother.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, you never forget your first.
No, it's like riding a dick.
Yeah.
Fee, naughty Cupid. But no, you.
Here's that Shyamalan ending.
That means I'm dying. I remember that.
Fee, naughty Cupid. But now you know him, and you know too how ill-behaved he is. The end.
Wow.
What the fuck? Abrupt.
So that's it. So apparently that was a tale of like the legend of Cupid all along, referred to in the title as The Naughty Boy by Hans Christian Andersen, 1835. So certainly I don't think any of us knew what that was going to be about going into it. Having said that, as we always do, we'll start with our guest first. Matt, what do you think, knowing, that was, like I said, Hans Christian Andersen, 1835, Danish culture at the time. Clearly, this was a fairy tale. It was in a book of fairy tales that he released for children. What do you think the moral or the lesson he was trying to give children at the time, or even what did you take away from this?
I imagine it's just not as clear as I would have thought. You know what I mean? Like if I were to think about the origins of Cupid, total rewrite for sure.
I mean, that's not a unique trait of our fairy tales for sure.
Very few.
They don't usually just come out and be like, "Don't lie to your parents."
Right.
It's not that simple usually.
So I mean, I'm not getting the love part of the. It's just basically be careful with who you talk to because they might be fucking crazy.
Be wary of the naked baby at your door in a rainstorm. He might shoot you in the heart.
Just get a Ring doorbell and
maybe there was a problem in 1835 Denmark.
Sure,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, fair enough. So Denzale, what do you think the lesson to be taught here was, or what kind of?
Why was he telling the kids though?
That was the thing.
Tell the other adults. Because this kid's clearly getting fed,
and not only is he telling the kids, then he's specifically pointing out to the kids, don't forget your mom and dad fucked, and your grandmother fucked, and your grandmother probably still remembers what it's like to fuck. Like you don't forget a thing like that. So
is the moral of the story they all enjoyed fuck, but don't like. It's like an endorsement. It turns out to be an endorsement. He's everyone you've ever known
has done this. You better not.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the moral of the story is: children, love is a drunk baby. It's just out here stabbing people and fucking shooting people with no fucking no rhyme, no reason. This is why you're in a relationship with somebody and everybody's like, "Why are you with this person?" And you're like, "I don't know. It's just something like you guys are terrible together. You fucking fight all the I got struck by Cupid and." Cupid is a drunk baby,
with this drunk
and now
baby.
I'm in this relationship until, for some odd reason, things have to go terribly wrong for you to realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Maybe I shouldn't have invited this drunk baby into my home.
It's like, oh shit, I got shot by a drunk baby.
Try telling me though that you wouldn't spend the entire time at the party with the drunk baby.
Yes, absolutely.
You would, and
I would be the drunk baby's wingman.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Until he stabs someone.
And right in the fucking chest.
Whoa. You can get an Uber, man. I'm out of here.
You're a minor. You're going to be okay. I got to go.
I've left comics at gas stations in the middle of nowhere for less. Absolutely.
Bro, I wasn't with all this. I gotta.
Yeah, you really jumped a couple steps there, didn't you?
Oh, you dialed it up a notch. All right. So, so Denzale, you think it's basically like, look, love isn't what you think it is. It's just a drunk baby putting arrows into people.
It's no rhyme, no reason.
Yeah. All right. So, Jimmy, what do you think the lesson was?
The lesson is don't let booze mooching babies stab you in the ramparts.
You're damn right.
I mean,
don't let them ram your parts together.
Protect your ramparts at all costs.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you let them into your house, they commit simple assault, and they just leave.
So, all right, a cautionary tale about one's ramparts.
Who is that guy supposed to fall in love with? He already liked the naked baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What was his end game for sure?
It was terrible.
And why,
you talk shit about my bow.
Take this, motherfucker.
That's it.
All the pain, none of the love, bitch.
Absolutely.
And he just watched him load it and pointed at him. And he was like, "What are you doing?
Why are you aiming that at me at point blank range?"
Yeah. The moral of the story is
duck, motherfucker.
If a naked baby shows up to your house, don't get it drunk.
Okay, that's fair. Don't get it drunk and feed it apples.
Or just leave the weapons at the door.
Yeah, right.
Shoot you in the rampart.
Don't trust a naked baby that you've gotten drunk. All right, that's a good one. Well, I think my lesson or kind of takeaway, there was a hints of it, as there often is, because I always go last in this. But my takeaway was I think someone hurt Hans. Like, I really do. And I mean, not only because of this, think of the other stories. The Little Mermaid, like, he didn't like it when people were in love. He viewed that as very violent and bad
So
to all the good people.
Are you
know?
saying this wasn't like a literal drunk baby then? You think it was
No, I think
more of his feelings.
yeah, like I think somebody hurt him, and from then on he's like, fuck that baby. Like, yeah, he's like,
Stupid
don't trust
drunk
love, look out for him. He gets everybody in the end. Your parents, your grandmother, no matter what you do, this naughty boy is going to fuck your life up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah, I think someone hurt him.
Yeah, but still, I haven't gotten used to it for sure.
No, it's not. It's you naughty boy. It sounds terrible.
I don't mind it when you say.
Because again, like, I've all of the descriptions or interpretations I've ever seen as Cupid, very rarely, if ever, do I remember him being seen in a naughty or evil light, like in a bad light.
Like a impish little whatever.
But the title of this, The Naughty Boy, and he says it right at the end, and what a naughty boy that Cupid is.
He's kind of a dick.
So it's literally like Hans is trying to start a PR campaign against love. So yeah, I think someone fucking hurt him.
But yeah, it's definitely the you least expect it. It's going to show up. It's going to fuck things up. But you're going to be okay with it, I guess. Eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Nothing makes sense.
Yeah. And that's oftentimes the case too. Sure. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun, as it always is. Thank you to my co-hosts, as always, Jimmy Bain, Denzale Whitehead. That was great. And again, Jimmy, congratulations on your fairy tale trivia win. Yeah, I'll give you one. All right, enough of that. And then certainly as well, thank you to our guest, Matt Harper, for coming out and taking the time. It was a lot of fun. Put your contact information on there again. Then go and check out the things we were talking about. You're going to be involved with the Laugh Fest, I'm sure. Even if it's after that, you can go and find that video. We'll have some links, hopefully, to get there, and everything else you got going on. So thank you again so much for being a part of this. This episode has been The Naughty Boy by Hans Christian Andersen. I'm Jonny Hauser. This has been Blunts Upon a Time. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Once upon a time where
I still hate it when you say it.
Yes.
Act funny.
Yeah.
I was expecting some kind of like Home Alone style.
Get drunk.
Where he's defeating people.